Happy birthday, Bebheishel! And anybody else who's born today, November 16th. Gonna say happy birthday? Okay.
Happy birthday!
There we go.
That is evil. Should we be wishing them a happy birthday?
Why not? Ladies, whatever, happy birthday. You've been very, very nice and generous and a great being altogether. But anyway, anybody out there who's watching this video, if you happen to be born on November 16th, you share your birthday with the following people. Noah Gray Cabey, known for playing Franklin Mumford in My Wife and Kids, and Micah Sanders on Heroes, as well as Elliot Dixon on Code Black, and currently plays Fausto on All American. He turns 28. Next is Pete Davidson, cast member on Saturday Night Live from 2014 to 2022. He also hosted this year. He was also the voice of Mirage in Transformers Rise of the Beasts.
Yes. I don't know if you knew this from past videos, but I'm a fan of the Transformers.
You don't say.
Also, Pete Davidson was basically a throwaway character in Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad or The Suicide Squad?
The Suicide Squad.
So yeah, he was in that. He's been in a bunch of other things, but those are the most noteworthy.
Speaking line, and he's gone real quick.
But yeah, he turns 30. Next is Bebheishel, who turns 38.
Oh my gosh, Beb, did you know somebody else named Beb? It has her birthday today too? 38 years old. We know Beb is very young though, right? Probably 37.
Next is Oksana Bayul, Olympic gold-winning figure skater from the Ukraine, who won the 1993 and 1994, and she is turning 46.
Yeah, if you were around back then, which I know you were because I'm not much older than you, she was a household name for a few good years.
I'm pretty sure I've heard her name in song, but I can't remember what song it was. But yeah, next is Maggie Gyllenhaal, known for such roles as the older sister Elizabeth Darko in Donnie Darko, which she starred in with her younger brother Jake, and as Rachel Dawes in The Dark Knight.
Oh, yes, she was wonderful. I like BoJack Horseman, her character, it was Jake and Maggot Gyllenhaal.
Oh.
So Jake was a human and Maggie was a maggot.
Okay.
It's a stupid. I mean, it's a great show, but there's some stupid gags.
She turns 46. Next is Missy Pyle, known for such roles as Laliari in Galaxy Quest. That was actually one of her most earliest roles, too. Alexandra Cabot in Josie and the Pussycats. She's the one with the skunk hair.
We don't talk about that.
And Miss Beauregard in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. She was Violet Beauregard's mom.
Oh, not bad.
She turns 51. Next is Martha Plimpton. She is best known as Virginia Chase on Raising Hope, and Eileen O'Neill in The Real O'Neills. She was also the voice of Olivia in Minecraft Story Mode. She turns 53. Next is Bryan Adams, lead singer of Color Me Bad, known for songs I Wanna Sex You Up and I Adore Mi Amor and The Earth, the Sun, and the Rain.
Yeah, it used to be a very big group. Everybody's familiar with the I Wanna Sex You Up.
I don't know if everybody's familiar with it, but okay.
Yes, all the cool kids are into it, okay, Sakonko? All the cool kids who are almost grandparents now.
So he turns 54. Next is Elisa Bonet, who famously ate no basil. Known for playing Denise Huxtable on both The Cosby Show and A Different World. She also starred in High Fidelity as Marie DeSalle. Or is it DeSalle? I'm not sure. She turns 56.
Yeah, I used to watch everybody used to watch The Cosby Show, so... And then, yeah, Different World, which was supposed to be, my understanding, is her spin-off, or was it another character spin-off?
Okay.
But this show, quickly refocused.
Next is Dave Kushner, rhythm guitarist for Velvet Revolver, best known for their song Slither. Know any other Velvet Revolver songs to mention here?
I have heard a few of their songs, but I don't recall them offhand. I do know that Slash was one of the members
Yes,
there,
it did.
and
I
they
did see that.
reference it in Metalocalypse in the
Ah,
episode where oh gosh, Pickles
Pickles the
reunites with
drummer,
his
doodly
old
doo, ding dong,
band.
doodly doo.
Yeah, his old band was basically Velvet Revolver,
Ah, neat. But
or the
anyway,
new version of his old band.
Dave Kushner, turns 57. Harry Lennox, known for playing Commander Locke in the Matrix sequels and the video games based on the Matrix as well. He also voiced Black Manta in Justice League: Throne of Atlantis, and played John Jones or Martian Manhunter in Zack Snyder's director's cut of the Justice League movie. And as Harold Cooper on The Blacklist, he was also the voice of Cyclonus and Galvatronus in the Transformers: Robots in Disguise.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
He turns 59. Chuck Finley, former MLB pitcher from 1986 to 2002 for the California/Anaheim Angels, Cleveland Indians, and St. Louis Cardinals. He turns 61. Marg Helgenberger, best known for such roles as Dr. Laura Baker in the Species franchise, and especially as Catherine Willows on CSI and CSI Vegas. She turns 65. Love those shows very much.
Procedural crime drama.
Miguel Sandoval, best known as playing D.A. Manuel Davalos on Medium. He turns 72. And lastly, Burgess Meredith, best known for his numerous appearances on The Twilight Zone as Henry Bemis, Mr. Dingle the Strong, and the Devil / Mr. Smith in The Printer's Devil. And as the Penguin on the Batman show from the 60s, and as Mickey in the Rocky films. So yeah, he was 89 when he passed away, and if he were alive today, he'd be 116.
Man, he almost made it. I could have met
Yeah.
the Penguin.
You still can't. There's other people who played the Penguin.
No, I want the one I grew up with.
So now we're on to on this day in history. So these following things all happened on this day in this point in history. In 1801, the first edition of the New York Evening Post was released. In 1824, New York City's Fifth Avenue opens for business. In 1840, New Zealand becomes a British colony. In 1841, life preservers are made of cork and are patented by Napoleon Guerin in New York City. Also, I swear I'm not just choosing things that happen in New York. It just happens to be where a lot of things went down.
New York is the coolest. That's why we live here.
Yeah.
That's why Sekonko moved here. Wasn't because of me.
In 1871, the National Rifle Association is first chartered in the state of New York. In 1875, William Bonwill patents the dental mallet to impact gold into cavities.
I invented a hammer for teeth.
Right? In 1907, Oklahoma becomes the United States' 46th state. So yeah, I did not realize it took that long for Oklahoma to become a state.
I didn't realize there were 46 states.
In 1914, Federal Reserve System is formally opened. In 1920, the first postage stamp meter is set in Stamford, Connecticut. In 1938, LSD, or lysergic acid diethylamide, is first synthesized by Swiss chemist Dr. Albert Hoffmann at the Sandoz Laboratories in Basel, Switzerland. I probably butchered a lot of that, but I hope you appreciated my attempt there. You all right there?
Don't break the magic.
Okay. I'm not sure what's happening. I might be on LSD. I don't know. I kid. Next is 1939. Al Capone is freed from Alcatraz jail.
Neat.
In 1945, the founding of UNESCO, the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. That's quite the mouthful. No wonder they went by UNESCO. It is a special branch of the United Nations which promotes peace and well-being through education, science collaboration, and cultural understanding and exchange. It is headquartered in Paris, France, and it has 195 state members.
I didn't know they had states in France.
In 1945, two new elements were discovered by Glenn Seaborg James and Morgan Albert Giorso. Were announced as Americium or Aramecium. Any idea how to pronounce that
I'd
one?
have to see the word.
It's right there.
I can't. Oh, there you go. Sure.
Americium, atomic number 95, and curium, atomic number 96.
I think it would be Americium. They like to name elements after silly things like Einsteinium.
Yeah.
I thought about that all month long before I went to the patent office. I don't know how naming elements
Yeah,
work.
I don't know that it's a patent office, but
You're right, it was probably the DMV. So they were like, hey, Einsteinium. Einstein's name is in there. Did you? He probably couldn't tell.
Okay. In 1945, Yeshiva College University is chartered in New York, the first Jewish college.
Neat.
Surprisingly, it took that long. In 1950, the UN gets U.S. government approval to issue postage stamps.
Neat.
In 1957, BBC's first pop music show, the 6-5 special, is broadcast from the Tiny Two Eyes coffee bar in London. So to the letter I.
The BBCs, huh?
Also in 1957, the Boston Celtics center Bill Russell sets an NBA record of 49 rebounds as Boston beats Philadelphia Warriors 111-89 at Boston Gardens.
Fascinating. Classic. Why do they say Celtics instead of Celtics?
I am actually not sure. I just know that is how you pronounce their name of their sports team. But that is definitely one of those weird questions that I'm sure lots of people have. In 1959, The Sound of Music musical by Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein. The second opens at Lunt-Fontanne Theater in New York City and runs for 1,443 performances.
And all in one day.
Yeah, sure. In 1965, Walt Disney launches the Epcot Center Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow. Welcome to the world of tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know, you go to Disneyland or Disney World, whatever, to learn about, to play and ride rides and things. And then you're like, let's go to Epcot Center, the giant golf ball. It had a very unique look. Looks like a giant golf ball. So, like, who wouldn't want to have fun all day at a park and then go to school inside a giant golf ball? Oh, it's fun. My brother threw a pamphlet off of the ride once. I think it was, I don't know if it was Epcot. I think we were going into the, and, you know what? I don't think it was Epcot now. It was Disney, though.
Hopefully he gets in trouble for this.
He did
Statute of limitations.
He did get in trouble. They stopped the ride and said, "One of you threw something out the side."
And they made him get out and pick it up?
No. They said they took our names down and said, "You do it again, you never can come back."
And did he do it again?
No, didn't do it again. Just finished the ride.
Okay. They should make it a one-strike policy.
I think we were on our way to Epcot shortly after that.
In 1969, U.S. President Nixon becomes the first president to attend a season NFL game while in office. The Dallas Cowboys beat the Washington Redskins 41-28.
Yeah, I forget what they call them now.
In 1972, Elektra Records releases No Secrets, the third studio album by American singer-songwriter Carly Simon. Her commercial breakthrough spends 5 weeks at the top of the U.S. charts and contains the hit singles You're So Vain and The Right Thing to Do.
Oh, Beb, you're so vain. You probably think this video is about you.
It is. It's about
them.
And anybody else is born today. In 1973, singer David Bowie performs on TV's Midnight Special. Set includes duet with Marianne Faithfull, covering Sonny and Cher's hit I Got You, Babe.
I've never seen David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust, or Davy Jones all in the same place. Never saw them all in the same place. Throw the Sovereign in there for a good measure.
Yeah, there you go. Also in 1973, Skylab 4 is launched into Earth orbit, and Apple Records releases John Lennon's fourth studio album, Mind Games, in the UK, as well as U.S. President Richard Nixon authorizes construction of the Alaskan Pipeline.
Oh.
So many things happened in 1973.
Yeah, and the thing, Richard Nixon laying down so much pipe.
In 1974, ABBA begins their first tour of Europe, their first tour outside of Sweden.
Oh my gosh, who doesn't love ABBA? That actually was around long enough to have heard of ABBA.
And then in the same year, the first international interstellar radio message is sent. The Arecibo telescope towards M41, a cluster of stars some 25,000 light years away.
Neat.
And John Lennon's only solo number one, Whatever Gets You Through the Night. Not familiar with that song. But it was number one, so. Next,
number one.
In 1979, Paul McCartney releases Wonderful Christmas. Just in time for the holidays.
Can you believe before him we couldn't have a Wonderful Christmas because he had it locked in his basement, wouldn't release it?
Mm.
But then he finally released it in 1979, probably after I was born. Yay!
In 1982, the fifth NASA Space Shuttle mission, Columbia, lands at Edwards Air Force Base after 5 days in space, completing its first operational flight.
That's so cool. I'm going to go see one of my friends that used to work for NASA.
Really?
Yeah.
Neat.
He's a teacher.
In 1984, the 14th shuttle mission, the 51A Discovery 2, lands at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Also in 1984, John Lennon's Every Man Has a Woman Who Loves Him is released posthumously. Oh.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Okay. In 1985, President Reagan arrives in Geneva for a summit with Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev.
Yeah, apparently he was there for a convention. I wonder if it was a furry convention.
Was that the year they tore down that wall? Did they tear it down in 85?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. What Alexa. She doesn't have enough power.
No, she activated earlier. Speak up.
Alexa, what year did they tear down the Berlin Wall?
The Berlin Wall was torn down on November 9th, 1989.
Okay, so not yet then.
In West Berlin and Germany after decades of separation.
Okay, Alexa, stop.
World War II.
Fascinating.
Okay. So yeah, apparently he was just there to meet with him and not to tear down the wall yet. It was still up. In 1986, good year, the 36th NASCAR Sprint Cup, Dale Earnhardt wins. In the following year, Paul McCartney releases the single Once Upon a Long Ago, which seems like he confused a couple of things and made a title. In 1988, President Reagan and the First Lady participate in the official state arrival ceremony, meetings, and a state dinner with Margaret Thatcher.
Oh, neat.
If I'm not mistaken, she was the Prime Minister of England? Is that right?
Oh, I'm not gonna... Yeah, that's all you. Hey, angry comments in the
In
comment
1988, Robin Givens sues Mike Tyson for $125 million for libel.
Oh, yeah. That's when you say untrue things. Costs money.
In 1983, Russian President Boris Yeltsin shuts down the Lenin Museum. In 1995, Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, undergoes hip surgery.
Oh, man, I wonder how that's working out for her now. I wonder how her hip feels now.
Oh, man. I'm glad they're out of mourning.
Yeah, it's night now.
In 1997, the 47th NASCAR Sprint Cup, Jeff Gordon wins.
Oh, my gosh. I love his cooking show. Yeah. Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, okay. In the next year, 1998, Monica Lewinsky signs a deal for the North American rights to a book about her affair with U.S. President Clinton.
Yeah. That's crazy. It's crazy. Did you ever read the transcripts from the court case? It's very, very long, but the entire thing was made available online while the court case was going. So when someone's like, hey, here's a crazy thing that happened, you're like, No, there's no way they went down that way. And you read the transcripts and you're like, yeah, it did. It was kind of an exciting time.
Like, it's kind of crazy to think that that was something you could get online in that time.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, we were really coming into the internet was that we know today was really starting to develop then.
Next, in the year 2000, Bill Clinton becomes the first U.S. president to visit Vietnam since the end of the Vietnam War.
Yeah. There was a time, was it Back to the Future too, when they had the surfing in Vietnam?
Yes.
So one of the guys on set was like, never going to happen in anyone. It said never in anyone's lifetime.
Yeah, I think I heard that.
And you can literally do it now.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's
probably couldn't even in 2015.
Yeah, this is a thing that. Even in then we already had open travel between the countries. That was.
So that was the only concern, that it was just the borders where it wouldn't be open ever. He would think.
Yeah. That was the idea, that he thought that because of what had happened, they would never open up the borders. They still had bodies left from the war. When they after like these agreements set all this stuff in motion, they started releasing. They became more open. Released remains from some U.S. soldiers. I think it was 4 bodies initially. I don't know, what was left anyway. I don't know how many more they had after that. But yeah. It's crazy how things have changed.
So next, on this day in history, 2001, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the first film adaptation of the book series, starring Daniel Radcliffe, and premieres in the U.S., titled Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone in some markets. In 2003, the 31st American Music Awards, Kid Rock, Jennifer Lopez, and Luther Vandross win. Let's see. Oops. So also in 2003, Roger Federer of Switzerland wins his first of 6 season-ending tennis Masters Cup titles with a 6-3, 6-love, and 6-4 victory over American Andre Agassi in the final in Houston, Texas.
Yes, Andre Agassi he's another one that was a household name. You didn't even have to watch tennis back in the day. He's like Hulk Hogan in wrestling. You didn't actually have to watch the thing. Everybody had heard of Andre Agassi.
In 2009, The Twilight Saga New Moon, based on the book by Stephanie Myers, directed by Chris Weitz, starring Kirsten Stewart and Robert Pattinson, premieres in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I went to go see that with my previous partner.
And how was it?
It was okay. It was all right.
Okay.
I liked the the native guy. I don't remember. Teen Jacob. Team Jacob. I was Team Jacob.
Taylor Lautner.
Yes, he did a movie that a friend of mine worked on.
Oh, really?
I believe it was the parkour bank robbing one.
Okay.
Oh gosh, I forget the title, but it did very poorly, and I felt bad.
Leave a comment down below if you know what movie she's talking about. So next, in 2010, engagement announced between British Prince William and Kate Middleton at Clarence House in London. Is that the guy who's not king?
What?
No, it's Charles. It's king, right?
Yeah.
Okay, my mistake. So yeah, also in that year, University Park, Texas, the groundbreaking ceremony for the George W. Bush Presidential Center takes place. Then in 2012, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 grosses $500 million in 24 hours, becoming the biggest entertainment launch of all time.
Oh my goodness, that is one of the games that we play at the LAN party every year. I'm actually, you're watching this video, there is a significant chance that I'm actually playing it right now at the LAN party.
In 2015, the largest diamond discovered in more than a century at 1,111 carat stone found in Karo Mine in Botswana.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I like the number.
Yeah, it's kind of remarkable that it ended up being precisely that many.
You think maybe it was actually like 111, 8, and they're like, maybe you can just a little bit just to make it all. I mean, that's close, guy. Could you just
Somebody out there's probably got Adrian Monk thing in there, made it all in ones like that. It might have even been 1,111.2.
Yeah.
And
See,
they
we
just
got
like
around that. We got around that.
yeah, there you go. In 2017, 19 countries pledged to phase out coal at the UN Climate Summit in Bonn, Germany.
Yeah, it became way too reliant on it. We should absolutely try to phase out non-renewable energy sources.
Indeed.
Not saying that we should quit cold turkey,
Yeah,
but we should absolutely be working through a renewable energy source. I don't understand
that's smart. Definitely.
what some of the debate is. Well, I know what some of the debate is, but
In 2019, the 500th anniversary of the founding of Havana, Cuba happens. In 2021, Frida Kahlo's self-portrait Diego Io from 1949 sells for $34.9 million, a record price for a Latin American work at auction.
wow.
Yeah, if you're unfamiliar, Frida Kahlo is the famous artist who has a unibrow. That's like her one defining trait everybody knows her for.
Wow.
And lastly, in 2022, NASA's Artemis mission carrying the uncrewed Orion spacecraft on a test mission around the moon and back launches from Florida. So those are the things that happened on this day in history. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that video, and once
I
again,
loved it. It was the best video, and you know why?
because you're in it.
Because yes, but also because of Beb.
Yes.
Beb, I know you're supposed to be evil, but I think you're the bee's knees. That's what you kids say, right? The bee's knees, Daddy-o. You say totally tubular.
So yeah, thanks for watching, and
He's on fleek.
okay, going really old to really recent now. But yeah, thank you for watching, and once again, hope you had a happy birthday. If you would like a birthday video and we haven't made one for your birthday already, leave it in the comments below. We've got one coming up next month for a
For me? Not really.
for
Well,
a
maybe.
certain Blackford friend of ours who has a 3-letter name. But yeah. Until then, hopefully you'll watch more of my videos. And again, leave comments below if you enjoyed the video, and if you...
I enjoyed the video. No cap.
Okay. Well, bye everybody. Thanks for watching.